The only thing I have to say to the government about why I publish it is because it's my bloody right to do so.
On Friday afternoon, all were welcome to attend Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's whiz-bang photo-op session at a Toronto Ukrainian Catholic church. Well, not everyone. You see, while the Justin Trudeau Liberals can't stop talking about diversity and inclusion, there's precious little tolerance for, well, diversity of opinions, and there's pretty much zero tolerance for espousing critical views pertaining to this current federal government. Trudeau desperately wants to be seen as a strong man, but the truth is he's got very thin skin and an ego that's so easily bruised. How else do you explain the fact that F. Trudeau flags are apparently banned from being displayed upon Parliament Hill these days? Check out this video footage from Saturday.
What's the problem? Are they saying that's banned now?
They're saying that fuck Trudeau flags are not allowed on the Hill.
Ah, that's a new law, is it?
Yeah.
No, go for it.
Alright, so just like the rules for the sign and everybody, it says no obscene, offensive on the Hill.
You know, all things considered, we've had it worse than that. So I guess they're saying that this is
Yeah, it doesn't actually say fuck.
They're saying this sign is not allowed anymore. Well,
It doesn't say anything.
this must be personally from Justin.
Well, so much for freedom of expression. In any event, we visited St. Demetrius the Great Martyr Ukrainian Catholic Church in West End, Toronto, back on Friday to see what the PM had to say, and knock me down with a feather. We yet again discovered that the only media allowed inside a Trudeau presser were those journalists who are state-funded trained SEALs, you know, members of the CBC and CTV and the like. Justin knows full well that when it comes to media coverage, it's a prudent strategy to have the scribes dependent upon federal government funding. So it is the Canadian mainstream media these days is a real-life ministry of truth, an Orwellian journalistic version of the sinkhole, albeit sacred cow that is SNC Lavalin. Now, guarding the entrance was a pair of presumably undercover Mounties. I say presumably, folks, because the RCMP, well, these members of law enforcement don't tend to identify themselves, nor do they provide badge numbers these days. So let's just call this power couple, Mr. and Mrs. Dudley Do-Right. And the Do-Rights quickly informed us we were media non grata. Check it out.
It's for invited guests and media only.
Right, we are media.
Invited guests or media only.
Just be.
Please get that out of my face.
Why are you afraid?
No, I don't feel comfortable with you having this close to me.
Really? I thought because your fellow henchman roughed me up in December. Do you remember that?
I was not there.
Okay. So we're media, so why can't we get it?
It's by invitation only.
In the media, by invitation only?
Yes.
Okay. So in other words, CTV, CBC, it's only state-funded media that can come in here. Is that correct?
I don't know the answer to that.
Sir, we don't choose who comes. We have a list. I go by the list, and that's all I know.
You're just following orders, right?
Just doing my job.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do my job, which is a report. And so why can CTV and CBC, there's their van right there, why can they get in and we can't?
I have no idea.
It's only the state-funded media?
I can't answer that.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
So, can you find out what the answer is then?
First of all, media is already in, and doors are now closed. There's a list. Unfortunately, you're not on the list, and that's all I can tell you.
Well, the event isn't scheduled for, is it 5 o'clock, I believe? And Justin Trudeau is always late, so what difference does it make if we go in?
I'm not sure what you're not understanding, sir.
Well, I'm not understanding because the event hasn't started. The Prime Minister's not here yet, correct?
I can't speak to that.
Okay. Well, if there's not a problem with us getting in, we're not interrupting anything, what's the issue then?
The issue is you're not on the list, and the doors are now closed. And that's what the issue is.
So it was that we were banished from going inside the church, and as we discovered just moments later, we were also banned from standing outside the church too, under threat of being arrested for trespassing? Gee, so much for sanctuary. Check it out. We're at the... Yeah, who are you?
I'm with the RCMP.
Okay, what's your name and your badge number?
Sir, can I ask you?
Your name and your badge number.
Are you going to be trespassing while you're here, sir?
Your name and your badge number. You're obligated to give that to me.
No.
Oh, you're going to beat me up like you did in December?
I wasn't around in December.
Oh, no, you know nothing, you saw nothing. Huh?
Are you refusing then to remove the sidewalk?
What?
Sidewalk's down there.
We're media and we're covering the event.
Sidewalk.
Your name and your badge number.
Moving to the sidewalk.
Your name and your badge
Fine,
number.
That's fine. I'll get Toronto Police for you.
That's how they roll, folks. I'm not even in the church. I'm on a driveway. And again, he doesn't give his name, his badge number. He could be Joe Blow. You know, I'm pinching myself, folks. Are we still living in Canada or are we in North Korea? Then again, I should consider myself lucky. Astute viewers of Rebel News might recall what happened to me at the hands of Trudeau's Royal Canadian Mounted Henchmen back in December. Namely, I was physically manhandled for the egregious crime of standing on a public sidewalk. Check it out.
What are you doing? Get off me. Hey, I can... Hey, this is assault. I'm on a side... What is this? I'm on a sidewalk. I am on a sidewalk. What is this? You cannot touch me. No rushing order. Hey. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Let's go. What is this? You can't. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? Because otherwise you have no right.
You know, that's really Banana Republic stuff, folks. Of course, we don't grow bananas in Canada, so let's just call the Trudeau regime a maple syrup republic. Oh, by the way, that uncalled for assault occurred on December 9th. But check out this National Post story dated December 22nd. Turns out 3 members of Trudeau's personal staff and 3 members of his security detail had tested positive for COVID-19 that month. At least I now have a really, really good hunch who infected me thanks to an obvious lack of social distancing. But again, back to the Ukrainian church event. Clearly, there was no way we were going to get inside. But if misery loves company, we found fellow soulmates on the sidewalk staging a counter-protest, including, if you can believe it, some parishioners of this church. Check out this lady who was barred from her own place of worship for committing the cardinal sin of not being liberal enough.
What brings you out here today?
We're here to protest Justin Trudeau coming to our parish. He's been anti-Catholic. He's pro-abortion. He's anti-life. He had, a few summers ago, we had to have an attestation to sign if you wanted to get charitable money for summer programs. And I think he's just using the church to come and do a photo op. Excuse me.
And ma'am, I'm just curious, that's very interesting. This is your parish.
I grew up here.
Okay, you attend church here regularly?
Yep. I got married here. I went to school here. My children went to school here. They're now in high school.
Why aren't you indoors?
I wasn't invited.
Oh, it's by invitation only.
I found out last minute from somebody else that this was going on.
Then again, perhaps Team Trudeau and our father were doing us all a jolly good favor by keeping us deplorables locked out. After all, according to media reports, the focus of the Prime Minister's speech was on the ongoing slippage in democratic values these days. And such slippage, said Justin, is responsible for emboldening Russian President Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine. No, I'm not kidding.
That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.